Kids, my name's Isaac.
My name is Steven. Today we're going to be talking to you about science and engineering.
We're going to be building a solar-powered vehicle out of readily available materials. First though, you need to think about safety. Always think about safety when you're working in the laboratory. Dress appropriately, wear protective eyewear, tie back any long hair to make sure it doesn't get caught in motors or sulfuric acid, and make sure that your shoes completely cover your feet so that any scalpels don't fall and hurt you. Here are some of the tools we're going to be working with. First, this is a hacksaw. We're going to be using this to cut wood. Similarly, this is a X-Acto knife. This will also be used to cut wood. It's a little more precise, a little daintier. Here is a hot glue gun. This is going to be your main tool for connecting bits of stuff and such as. This is when you plug it in, it provides hot glue, and it dries quickly, but be careful because it hurts if you get it on you. Here is a pencil and ruler. These you'll probably be familiar with. Those are going to be very important when you're sketching out your design on graph paper, as well as making any plans that you might think are important. And lastly, we have a small Allen wrench. This is just very useful for tightening up any gears or wheels if you need those to be tightened or loosened when you're attaching them. Now Steven is going to tell you a little about the materials.
So the first thing is the body of your car. So for this car we're going to use balsa wood, so that's going to be a pretty lightweight material. On this, as you can see, we have sketched out two lines there. Those are where we're going to place the axles on the body, and we want to make sure they're lined up so that your car can go in a straight line. So how you're going to attach the axle to the body is you're going to use bearings right here, and you're going to place them right on the line on the sides of the car. So you're going to want to have a little bit of overlap right there, so that when you place your wheel onto there, it's not going to be rubbing up against your frame. And then after that, you're going to be cutting the body to shape. So on this particular car, the body has a triangle on the top, so that makes it a little bit more aerodynamic and makes it look cool. So then you're going to want to cut out a hole on the car for the cog. So as you can see on our car, there's just a hole right there, so that the cog can come up through the car, and it'll be able to go from the axle to the motor. So then these are the wheels right here. So these wheels are going to be slightly larger than the other wheels you're going to be given. So what wheels you have are going to depend on which gear ratios you choose. So the larger the gear, the more torque is going to be delivered to the axle by the motor, and the smaller the gear, the faster it'll accelerate, or the slower it'll accelerate, but it'll have a little bit more top speed. Since we're just doing a real short torque, the top speed isn't real important. We just want to have a lot of torque so the car accelerates fast. So on our car, we use the larger gear, and because of that, we had to use the larger metal wheels, because with the smaller wheels, if you use them in combination with the large gear, the gear would rub up against the ground, and that wouldn't be good.
Remember kids, the bigger your wheels, the faster your car will go.
So then the next thing you want to do is make sure you have a placement for your solar panel. So on our car, we just used a piece of styrofoam that we cut with our X-Acto knife, and we just put that on an angle there. And what you want to do is you want to put a piece of duct tape down on the bottom of the solar panel so that you can easily attach it and remove it. And then you place it on there, and the duct tape will hold it in place. And then you'll attach the wires to the alligator clips here, and that on both sides, and that will complete the circuit, and the electric will come from the solar panel to power your motor right here, and then that will turn the gear, which you can see right there, and then that will then turn the wheel. So a couple things you want to remember when you're assembling the car is you want to make sure you use the Allen key to tighten up the wheels on the axles, and you want to make sure you have the gear tight on the axle as well. Then one last thing you're going to want to do before you are able to race your car, you want to have these little eye screws on the bottom of your car. So that's going to be used for the fishing line, which is going to guide the car along the track. So you want to open these up a little bit with some pliers or a screwdriver, and then thread them in a straight line onto the bottom of your car. And that'll help guide your car and make sure it goes straight.
We hope you enjoy making your solar-powered vehicle. See you next week, kids.